Hey everybody, I'm Sarah Olivieri, and I am wondering, is overwhelm affecting your work at your nonprofit? Because I want you to know that overwhelm is not an end game, and it is not sustainable, and it's actually extremely inefficient. It's extremely slow, and it is not helping you make an impact at your organization. So are you ready for a change? Because today I want to talk about how to get out of that state of overwhelm so you can feel better and you can make a bigger impact. And I have 5 golden nuggets for you today about how to deal with that. The first thing I want to talk about when it comes to avoiding overwhelm or getting out of overwhelm at your nonprofit is the importance of perspective. I bet you didn't hear anybody else say that. So, when you have perspective about what you're trying to do and how that fits into your bigger picture and the bigger picture of the world, then you can move on to being really certain about which actions you should take and which actions you shouldn't take, right? And this is really important for reaching step number 2 in getting out of overwhelm, which is aligning your actions to your goals, right? And when I say aligning your actions to your goals, that doesn't mean take everything that you've been doing and align it to a goal. That means get clear on your goals, find the things that you should be doing, whether you're doing them already or not, and plan to do them, and then take everything else that you're doing and stop doing them. Do not get busy with work that doesn't align to your goals. Now, with steps 1 and 2, we've done a couple of really important things in how we build a really powerful organization that can make huge impact in the world. So, what we do by aligning our work to our goals, we are really getting focused on doing the right things and letting go of all the things that are not moving us towards our goals. And when we get really focused and we do that alignment, we get real clarity on what we're working on. And it's actually that clarity around focus on our goals that gives us perspective. So if you were wondering, how do I get perspective? It's by having the focus and clarity of what goals you're working on and the actions you're taking to achieve those goals. And having perspective, as we said, is so powerful, because when you have perspective, you start to become certain. And let me tell you, people who feel certain about what they're doing, they don't feel overwhelmed and they don't get distracted by all the noise and hubbub of all these different, maybe we should do this or somebody else said I should do that. No, they are certain that they are laser focused on the things they need to be focused on. So once you have that level of certainty, you are ready for tip number 3 in getting out of that overwhelmed state and moving into a highly efficient, effective run nonprofit. And that is getting your whole team involved. If you're a nonprofit leader, you don't want to be just the one person who is focused and getting things done. You need your whole team to get things done. And yes, this involves effective delegation, which we can talk about at another time. Put delegation in the chat or the comments if you would love a quick training on delegation. And I'd be happy to send it to you. But we can't do effective delegation when we don't have that clarity, focus, and certainty about what we're working on, because the people we delegate to, getting our whole team involved, they can't really be that helpful if they're in the dark about what's going on. So really getting your team involved and then employing effective delegation so that everybody can have that same focus, clarity, and perspective that you as a leader have. And this is going to skyrocket not just your ability to be effective, but your team's ability to be effective. And it's going to make it so much easier to make sure that everybody has the right amount of work on their plate to get everything done. And it's going to relieve some of the things on your plate, because just because you got rid of all the things that you didn't need to be working on doesn't mean there isn't still a lot to get done. Tip number 4 fingers. Tip number 4 is the power of a written plan. Now, you don't have to get fancy. You don't need graphic design. But at the end of the day, if you want all of your team working together on the same boat, right? The boat is the written plan. You need to have things written down. It doesn't have to be lengthy. Bullet points are okay. Saying these are the goals we're trying to work towards. These are the projects we're doing to try to achieve those goals. And this is what each person is doing, so that everybody knows the big picture and the specific role that they're playing. And if it's just in your head, I can guarantee it is not fully clear. I can't tell you how many times I've done it myself, and I've seen clients do it again and again. They say, oh yeah, it's totally clear. But when they go to write it down, they realize there are actually huge gaps and it's not totally clear. So it's not just having it written that helps make it clear to everybody. It's actually the process of writing your ideas, goals, plans down that helps clarify what they are. So the process of writing them down brings more clarity. I want to say that again. Having written plans does 2 things. First, it makes it easy for everybody to be on the same page. And second, the process of writing your goals and your plans down actually is part of the process of clarifying what those plans and goals are. Got it? Okay, let's move on to my 5th tip for today in how to move out of overwhelm and into efficiency at your organization. And this is such a joyful one. It's celebrating your wins. When we celebrate our wins, we start to feel the momentum. We feel the success. It makes us more energized. It makes us excited. Our team feels excited. And when we celebrate our wins, especially if we write them down, keep a little tracker of your wins, you can start to see the momentum build. You will see your wins start to come in faster and bigger, right? And when we see this happen, it's self-reinforcing. We feel the momentum and it feels exciting. So, just to recap quickly, my 5 tips today for getting out of overwhelm and into efficiency and joy for running your nonprofit are the importance of getting not just clarity, but perspective on what you are doing and why you're doing it. Making sure that your goals are aligned with your actions and your actions are aligned with your goals and you're not doing other stuff that is not aligned. Getting the whole team involved in understanding that big picture and executing on what needs to be done. The power of the written plan, not just in making it clear, but getting it clear what that plan is. And finally, celebrating your wins. I'm Sarah Olivieri. I've been helping nonprofits run better for over 2 decades, and it is such a joy to be able to come to you every week with tips and tricks to help you run your nonprofit better. If you want these kinds of tips in your email as well, go to pivotground.com/sign up, and I'd be happy to send you those. And like I said, if you want that resource for how to delegate better, leave a comment in the chat and I'd be happy to send you the link. See you next week.